Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do you got for us Rams here? In late September, we are in Libra season, the very early stages. And yeah, we're going to see how the energy's moving. Let's take a look, please. What energies, messages, insights do you have? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries. The Ram, what's happening in late September for us, please? Let's get this card out nice and quick. Let us not delay. And just as I say it, the card's like, oh no, we're going to be particular. Okay, so this is a pretty good way to start off. And although this is an oracle deck, I do link it to a lot of similar themes that we see within the tarot. And this fine individual there with the musical instrument is very much page-like energy. So that's fantastic for new things, creative pursuits, even conversational energy. And we'll dive deeper into that in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this young individual. They have a yin-yang on their head. They're playing an instrument. There's a rainbow coming forth. So, of course, this is like a youthful, exuberant type of energy, which is really nice. So even if we do have some trials and tribulations in the tarot portion, this is a nice rejuvenated energy. So if your energy's been a little low lately, or you've been going through a bit of a rough patch, I feel like this is a great way to start, is like a rejuvenated energy, like I mentioned. Now, all pages are students, all pages are messengers. So for a lot of Aries in this time, throwing your energy into new pursuits, new endeavors, new paths. It's very creative too. So for a lot of you, again, if whether you're going through tough times or not, some emotional outlet through creative means. So whether it is playing an instrument, writing, drawing, painting, you name it, that's a really good positive outlet. And again, when it comes to page energy, it's very conversational as well. So for some of you, it could even be pointing at a talk of some kind. But we're going to put that page down right there. Could keep serenading us with that instrument. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's see what's happening for Aries, please, in late September. And yeah, while we shuffle this up and get it ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Surprising Action. Okay, so remember, that energy could still bleed over for a couple weeks. So whether it was you doing something that you wouldn't normally do, or somebody doing something out of the blue, to me, it felt like business was about to pick up, like out of nowhere. Okay. And if there's any sign that could deal with that type of vibe, it's us, Aries, right? So let's get you 3 cards here. Let's see what energy shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone else's. Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aries, please. What is going on here in late September? Thank you. Okay, the moon. So yeah, there's that mysterious type of energy showing up initially. All good. I mean, that's a very subtle type of energy at the very least. So we are starting here with a little subtlety, a little bit of nuance. Let's get a couple more. Maybe we'll get some more detail here. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we got the Queen of Cups. There's a very strong emotional energy here. Okay. And another cup card came out with this Queen of Cups. So we're going to have to talk about this for sure. We got the 4 of Cups here on the back end. Now, normally I would say, hey, you know, it's all good. But as Aries, we are a fire sign. And sometimes heavy water energy can be a lot for us to deal with from time to time. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. And we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I know I was speaking about it and commenting as the cards were coming out, but elementally, we're looking at one big block here. It's not a mixed bag. We have the moon, which is water, the Queen of Cups, which is water, the 4 of Cups, which is also water. And in divination and in tarot, water represents the internal realm, the realm of imagination, emotion. It's not quite a logical type of energy, so there could be a lot of daydreaming, fantasizing type of energy as well. very imaginative. So that kind of ties back in with what we saw with the page here in the beginning. But the difference between this vibe and what us Aries are normally used to, this is very subtle. Whereas Aries energy is usually straight up like, hey, this is what it is. It's like what you see is what you get. This energy is very much like subtle, softer. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, the subtlest energy of them all. We're starting here with the moon. Now, a portion of you might be connected to a Pisces or a Cancer. And then again, with all this water here, there could be a prominent water sign of any type showing up. The moon to me, again, it's subtle. It does talk about the unseen world. So for some of you, it could be a big interest or draw towards spiritual things. We think of the dream realm. We think of the astral plane, the realm of imagination and creativity. It's all connected here. For a portion of you, this could represent your intuition. This card is very similar to the High Priestess, where your gut could be trying to tell you something. But I always say with the moon, whether it's for positive or challenge, the moon is the biggest card of mystery, the unknown. So for a portion of you, maybe there are certain situations where it's like, I don't know how this is going to go, or all right, well, I know that's what I want, but how am I going to get there? There could even be things that you've recently gone through where it's like you might not know all the facts. Very possible here when this is in the mix. So we're going to see how this really plays out. Now, in the positive sense, again, this could be a very supportive energy, and there's a lot of depth to it, even though it's subtle. But in the challenge, it's unseen. It's something unexpected. So we'll see what's up with that. Now, moving to the center, we have the beautiful Queen of Cups. So more water sign energy here. Now, what makes her interesting out of all the queens? Queens represent the internal aspect of the suit. Now, we already went over what the Cups suit generally speaks about. She has like double the energy of the other queens when we're talking about the internals. This is an extremely emotional energy. Now, this could represent a mother figure. It's very nurturing, loving, and caring. So just her being in the spread could represent either something or someone you care a great deal about. For a portion of you, maybe you're just experiencing big feelings, or someone you're connected to, they're really going through a time where the feelings and emotions they're processing are very heavy when the Queen of Cups is here. Now, in the positive, she's similar to the page where there's a lot of imagination, creativity. There's beautiful, loving, caring energy here. But at the same time, she could also represent emotional suppression when we get to the challenge. So for some of you, whether it's something that someone you're connected to has been feeling and they haven't been saying, or you have some unsaid feelings, could all be possible with her. Now, the biggest challenge with the Queen of Cups is it could represent somebody that suppresses something to the point where it bubbles forth. Okay, and I mean, I don't want to call this a challenge just yet, because we definitely need to clarify with all the nuanced energy we're picking up. Now, when we get to the back end, we have the Four of Cups. You see that little individual, they're sitting under the tree, they're having a snooze. Lots of thought here. So for a portion of you, there could be a very specific situation that is on your mind quite a bit. Maybe you have someone on the mind. Maybe someone has you on the mind. It's very possible here. Now, this energy can be a little discontent. Now, when we get to the positive of it, similar theme to like all we've been seeing here, very creative, could be expressive, could be formulating really good ideas. Sometimes this could even be planning and strategizing. But in the challenge, this could represent somebody that's missing out on opportunities from time to time. In the challenge here, it could represent somebody that's overthinking something, too much in their head. And with all the subtle energy here, like it might be things about situations you're dealing with that aren't quite in your face. Like you might have to dig deeper to really grasp the meanings of certain things. So again, I feel like this is going to be a nuanced reading, especially with all this water here and the emotion. That is the common denominator with all of this. It's all emotional energy, which can be a little intense for somebody with strong Aries placements. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got from the beautiful Aries friends, please? What do you got for us? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that moon. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, moon time. What is this mystery? What is this mystery about? Thank you. Three of Pentacles in the upright. Now, this can be really good for a portion of you. This could be some assistance or help that you have available to you, even if you don't realize you do. To me, this does feel like some sort of hidden support system as well. Now, another thing I could say about this energy, when I see the Three of Pentacles, it represents not just us, but the crowd of people around us. It's also a big card of career. So for some of you, hopefully not, there might be some confusion in regards to career, like where you're going, where you're headed. All of this stuff could really be in play. But I also feel like there's something brewing here. Now we're getting some earth in the mix. When I mix earth and water, I feel like there's a lot of potential. So when I see this, I'm thinking there could possibly be some unexpected opportunities or things that are going to be put on the table in the very near future. But this could also be connected to other people. Again, just like the rest of the reading, I'm picking up a very nuanced type of reading where things are plucking at the energy little by little. Usually, again, this is a card of teamwork makes the dream work, and we could be looking at somebody else's energy. I don't want to, give a super challenging vibe, like, yeah, with the moon and the Three Pentacles, it could be someone around you being a little sneaky. I don't want to fully go that route, even though this could really represent that. The big thing I'm feeling here is you might have more options or paths available to you, or something, whether it's an opportunity or even a win that's going to be presented to you that you don't quite see just yet. And there's big opportunities here in the front end. I feel like this is good. Now, just know if you're going through any issues right now or you're struggling with anything, I think you can find a support system somewhere. Let's just keep moving. I don't feel like this is the whole cornerstone of the message. So let's keep moving. And yeah, for some of you, yeah, maybe there are some shadows or unknowns in regards to career work and stuff like that. Let's go in on the Queen of Cups. Let's see what the Queen of Cups has for us. So why is she here, please? What is the Queen of Cups doing? Okay. Justice in reverse. So we did just cross into Libra season, like very recently, like within the last few hours of this filming recently. And this is big Libra energy. When I see it in reverse, I do feel like there could be an emotion for a lot of Aries. Now, I know Libra is the direct opposite of us on the zodiacal wheel. Just know that this time you very much might have a lot of up and down emotions here. I feel like the next couple weeks might be a little emotionally volatile for you. For a portion of you, especially if you're in connections with Libras and stuff like that, that could really double here. Lady Justice is normally very balanced, fair, precise type of energy. So when she's in reverse, it's very unbalanced. So when I see the Queen of Cups with Lady Justice showing up in reverse, I do feel like this could be an emotional warning for a lot of the Aries. So whether it's something you're going through now or even the next couple of weeks, it might be a little extreme. Now, I do know as an Aries myself, we could deal with emotional extremes. There could be times where we're feeling like on top of the world, great. And then there's some times where the energy just drains. I do feel for a lot of you, it's like the roller coaster's going up as opposed to going down right now. But again, I feel like this is an emotional warning. Either you or somebody else is going through like a roller coaster, or might be. But let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. She is also a karmic energy, a karmic card. Let's see what's up with that Four of Cups. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. Okay, so what is happening here? And like something here about social influence could really help with this. That's a vibe here with the Three of Pentacles. I mean, hopefully it's not causing it, right? Let's see what the Four of Cups has to say. Just when I see the Queen of Cups and Justice in reverse, it just feels very up and down, emotionally volatile here. So let's see what that Four has to say. What's that for? Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the thing that I'm liking about the clarifiers is there is a lot of earth here. For a lot of you, there's great energy around like deep state meditation, mindfulness practices, stuff like that. So this, for a portion of you, this could easily be an advice from spirit. Like, okay, even if you're not going through things right now, just know that like if you do start experiencing these spikes and drops, these ebbs and flows, there are ways that you can like control it and mitigate this type of energy. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is also earth sign energy. So for a portion of you, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, it's showing up here, whether you're on their mind or vice versa. But the Knight of Pentacles, out of all the knights, is slow, it's calming, it's detailed, it's precise. So it's an energy that's slowing something down. So this could be one of two things. Either one, there might be a thought or a scenario that's on your mind that you can't quite get out of it, or this could be the other person. With the Four of Cups in this night, it's like it's a stuck, like a mental loop type of vibe. But if that's not the case, I'm getting this like mindfulness, this calming down. So for a lot of you, whether these are tools that you've recently learned or tools that you're going to pick up in the short future, I feel like this could be a very good type of energy we're picking up here on the back end. Like there is ways to calm this energy down, and don't let it control you, if that makes sense. So we're getting some funky things here on the back end. It's all good though. I do feel like it's a pretty concise message, even though there's nuance to it. So let's go through and do a quick recap, and we'll get into the shadow card because there's a little heaviness here. But position number 1, we do have the moon with the 3 of Pentacles in the upright. Now, I did say, like, yeah, this could be a support system that you have around you, or like got a hidden support system. So whether you know they're there or not, like, I feel like this is someone that could really help, again, mitigate any trials that you might be going through. For a portion of you, maybe there's some confusion around work and career. Very possible here. But I did feel for a lot of you, this is more of a positive than a challenge, that it could be something coming your way that you don't quite see, an offer opportunity of some kind. Moving to the center, we do have the Queen of Cups with Lady Justice in reverse. Just know, like, it's something about the transits in Libra season could be affecting the Aries collective quite a bit, where we might have some emotional spikes. So I do feel like this is an emotional warning. If that's not the case, maybe someone you're connected to is like really going through one. That's very possible. Now on the back end, we have the 4 of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Sure, this could be a thought process or a thought loop that's kind of stuck that you can't get out of your head. But I also felt to me that this is a tool, a way to mitigate this emotional spiking. So whether it's meditation or mindfulness, I feel like you have the tools, or at least will have the tools, to calm this energy down. But yeah, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, that might be something you want to look into further. So yeah, please take a screenshot if you do want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Aries friends. And guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Aries collective? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one here. What do we got here for Aries? And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going. What do we have? What is in the shadows for us? Thank you. The Hermit. Interesting that we're leaving Virgo season and the Hermit shows up in the shadows. For some areas, you might need a little quiet time or a little getaway or solitude. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Usually the Hermit is an energy that is like pulled back, retracted. So for a portion of you, if this was hitting off, all these energies are true, you might need to step into Hermit mode. Maybe some of you already are with this type of energy. There could be something that you probably shouldn't feed too much into, like what it is, whatever will be type of mindset whenever I see the Hermit. Now, it can also represent solitude. Okay, so for a portion of you, maybe there's someone you're missing. Maybe there's someone missing you when we have the Hermit type of vibe. But I don't always get a bad feeling with this card. If you're not connected to Virgo, the Hermit to me has a lot of wisdom. It has a lot of knowing. So for a portion of you, maybe there is something you just need to slow it down and mull it over, think it over real well before proceeding. So yeah, Aries, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.